Just listened to the United Areas of America bit again yesterday and was dying laughing. Might be the best bit in history of radio. Damn, by Patrice O'Neal. I got that video. This bit was so good that I searched out a guy to animate it because it was so unbelievable. So check this out really quick.
And Portland
can I see a map, please? Because I could do this with a map. I need to see a map because I'll tell you what doesn't. I've been it's
makes a lot of sense.
It's just like subdivisions. Texas gets Louisiana, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas, and Colorado. Sucked in by fucking Texas.
One big Texas.
California, which would be Los Angeles, gets Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. Colorado gets sucked in by Texas. Colorado don't get, because Denver is a bad motherfucker, but it's just not enough. Washington and Oregon split. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Idaho will now be called Portland.
Wow, that's huge.
Now we have.
All right, moving on.
We have Chicago. Okay. Illinois Chicago will be now consist of Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, and Missouri. Okay.
Yeah. What about Michigan and Wisconsin?
Michigan's in there. All of that is now called Chicago.
Right.
New York will be Pennsylvania. No.
What happened to...
Wait a minute. No. New York will be...
Jersey,
New
Connecticut.
York will be New England and Connecticut.
Holy shit.
So... Fuck.
Wait, start from the...
wait.
You got this figured out. Go to the top. Go to Maine and work your way down now. You got the Boston thing figured out.
Because New York is so important.
Yes.
Why doesn't New York It should be as big as swallowing up.
Hold on, I got it.
Texas.
I got it too. New York should eat Ohio and Michigan.
And Rhode Island and Connecticut and Jersey.
And Maine.
You give us Rhode Island.
And let's take New Brunswick, Nova Scotia as New England and Boston.
Yeah, you just take that shit over.
We're taking fucking parts of Canada.
Professor Patrice, what happens to the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry?
They got to get together.
Yeah.
And wait.
How's that going to happen?
We can have, wait a minute, we can still have sports. I'm talking about, look it, there's going to be some shit going on. And then we have to maybe, wait a second, because football, basketball, all these things are old too. We should start to develop some new, more powerful sports.
More powerful.
Some fucking sports,
for example,
that where these 7 motherfuckers that play or whatever, it's some major shit going on. And it'll be, we can, instead of 11 guys playing football, let's have 33 on each side. Let's fucking...
How big's the field?
Humongous, nigga. Imagine how big the one in Texas is gonna be. We can just turn it we can turn Iowa into a stadium.
Just for sports. All right, so New York takes everything above it, and Jersey.
And we make Miami will be Alabama.
Georgia.
It will be South Carolina. It will be Tennessee. And North Carolina gets to survive. North Carolina will be part of D.C. So D.C. now will be made of Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Kentucky. That will be called Charlotte. Or no, D.C. Town. That would be D.C. Town.
D.C. Town.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm in. I like this.
Yes.
I like big change like that.
Oh, my God.
That's good.
Can you imagine this?
I'm in.
This actually
When do we vote on this
and
referendum?
we erase this shitty fucking, these lines.
All those imaginary lines have to go.
All of that
Stupid.
shit.
We make new imaginary lines because we can.
And you know what? And we shut down all those shitty highways, those halfway. It's just a big 95 that shoots through a big ass 580, a big ass 1, and you just You fucking deal with that, and you make the fucking highways 50 lanes, and that's the infrastructure.
Just big. Everything's got to be big.
50 lane highways.
50 lanes.
That'd be really confusing
That
if
is
you
fantastic.
have to get over to the right.
The United Areas of America.
United Areas.
Hold on. What about the new slavery? If you're changing the whole fucking thing.
Subjugation?
Yeah,
Come on, that's just a people thing. I'm not trying to say you should go.
What state do we get the new slaves from?
He's just.
If you had to.
If you had to. Oh
This is if you had to.
Holy shit.
We're starting over, and we're making these humongous states. Might need slaves to build the 50-lane highways.
Borders are being changed. You can't bring back slavery.
No, motherfucker, we finally got them. Who's going to build the 50-lane highways? What state we get the slaves from?
Oh, wow, indentured service, that's true.
We sacrifice one state and take all our slaves from there.
Okay, all right. You had to have me think for a minute.
Which one would you
Okay.
Danny puts the
Put
state
that
of
back up
Mexico.
there.
This is called a if you had to scenario.
Okay, here's the situation.
We need people
out
to
of
build.
the new state of Seattle. Was it Portland or Seattle?
Portland.
Out of the new state of Portlandville.
You're right.
Who's the weakest state? Who would you say is the weakest link state?
I'm saying right away, Idaho.
Bam, they the slaves.
Man, there is so much there. First of all, I haven't watched that. I don't know, in probably 10 years. It's just so frustrating, as funny as that is, because you just go, oh, why isn't Patrice here? What he would be doing with all this nonsense out there, it would be unbelievable. But the most important part of that whole thing, he made all of that up off the cuff. Most comedians would dream of having a bit like that for their closure. That was a throwaway thing Patrice did on our radio show out of nowhere. He had none of that written down, none of that thought out. He just went with it. And it was pretty much perfect. It was pretty much a perfect rant, which would be an amazing comedy bit for any comedian out there. God, was he brilliant. He was so brilliant. And that's what I try to tell people when they ask me about Patrice. I saw him many, many times. And he would do shit like that on stage. I don't think he ever did that bit on stage, but other stuff. And you would sit there like, is he just making this up as he goes? It was hard to tell because it was so damn funny. And it almost felt like it was completely off the cuff. But I would assume, he had some of these thought starters. But he had balls. He was so brave that he was more than willing to go up on a stage and eat his own butt if he had to just find that lane where the funny was. Some comedians, they have to go on stage. Here's the lane. I've practiced this for months, from club to club, from city to city. Here it is. With Patrice, it's like, well, wait now. Let's, because that bit started like breaking down the United States into 5 or 6 states. And then we asked him about sports, that wasn't planned or anything. And he had an answer for that. He's like, oh, now this is the funny lane. That's why, that's why he was so brilliant. So brilliant. God, is he missed. If you like that, hit the like. I will absolutely repost that on my Facebook page and elsewhere. I forgot all about that. Oh my God.